Hey, it's Mr. Renner here, and we are ready to start another story on severe weather and also talk about our week one vocabulary. All right, let's get started. So, first of all, I'm just going to go through some vocabulary here for you. The vocabulary for this week is the word warning, the word caution, which kind of means careful, the word curiosity, the word flight, and concern. Three of these words start with C. Interesting. The first word is caution. That means when you take caution, you take caution. It's something that you take. Um, it means being careful whenever there's danger that's close by. I'm going to move this out of the way. I don't know if that's in your way also. Caution, wet floor, or caution, drive slowly. These people are taking caution because it looks like the sea is really rough there. Warning is very similar. Warning is a sign or a message or something people say that tells about danger. So it tells you to be careful. This sign here is very close to the caution sign. It's just a warning sign. Unsafe structure, keep out. Here is a warning siren that you can sometimes hear whenever there's bad weather, severe thunderstorm warning, and an emergency alert. There's a blizzard coming on that iPhone there. Another word is curiosity, which is the desire to learn more about something. You really, if you're curious about something, you want to find out more about it and you want to spend more time learning about it. Curiosity is the same thing. This person is thinking, these people are really curious. They have a lot of curiosity about what they could see through that magnifying scope, and so does he. And these people have a lot of curiosity about what's in that book. You have a lot of curiosity. It means you're curious. It means you want to know more about it. Flight is just a noun that talks about when you're flying, the action of flying or the process of flying. The geese have taken flight. This airplane is on a flight. You talk about taking a flight to Mexico or to Ecuador, or I am on flight number 900. That's going to be leaving in an hour. This seagull has taken flight. And our last word is concern. A feeling of worry. You might feel concerned when you see the sky is filled with lightning. We say that we have a concern sometimes if third graders are not turning in their homework and we have to call their mom. We say, I have a concern about Mrs. Becker's homework, something like that. It just means that we're worried. All right. So those are our 5 vocabulary words. The comprehension strategy is called determining importance. And that just means, how do we know what's important in the story to the main idea, what's important to the big idea and all of its details, or what's just interesting? So what do we know about hurricanes? Theme 8 is all going to be about big things of weather, dangerous weather, things that might have a warning or a caution sign around it. Why do people study weather very carefully during hurricane season? So hurricanes and hurricane season. All right. Go ahead and, oh, sorry, wrong page. Go ahead and open to page 256. It's called On Hurricane Watch. And we're going to get started here. All right. On Hurricane Watch. This is called a journal. Or I'm sorry, it's actually an observation log, which is a type of journal. That just means that you write down every couple of hours or every couple of days, things that you are noticing, things that you are observing. So this person on Hurricane Watch is writing an observation journal about what she sees. June 5th at 12 p.m. Hurricane season began last week. My observation log will record the weather over the season. For example, today it is raining. I hear thunder and see lightning too. Is this thunderstorm coming ahead of a hurricane? I will watch to see what happens, whether radar equipment will help me track where the storms are going. A large weather system is moving over June 6th at 4 p.m. A large weather system is moving over the Atlantic Ocean. It is 100 miles south of Florida. Here in Palm Beach, it's sunny, but on the weather maps, winds seem to be moving in a circle over the sea. The winds are one warning a hurricane might be coming. And remember, a warning tells you that danger is coming. June 8th, 2 days later at 3 p.m. The weather system I noticed 2 days ago is moving toward Florida. Everyone in Palm Beach had hoped the system would move away from land, but the storm turned toward us and is getting stronger all the time. The next morning, June 9th at 9:30 a.m., it's raining very hard in Miami, south of here. This morning, wind blew my umbrella out of my hands. Winds are blowing at 30 miles an hour. This is about as fast as a slow moving car. The winds move counterclockwise. This means the storm is a tropical depression. June 10th, 2:15 p.m. This storm is moving very fast. Trees near my office bend and sway from the strong winds. Our weather radar says the winds are blowing about 70 miles per hour. That's as fast as a car is driving down the freeway. That means this system is a tropical storm. We will give it a name from our storm list. Its name will be George. We must warn people to use caution outside. That means they have to be careful. When you take caution, they have to be careful. Here's a little picture of the tropical storm that's named George, and it is coming toward Miami and toward Palm Beach. It's moving that way because it always starts in the ocean out here. June 11th at 6:30 a.m. George became a hurricane this morning. It was a storm, and now it's something bigger. It's called a hurricane. George became a hurricane this morning. Winds reached 105 miles per hour. Half the homes of Florida have lost power. Winds knocked down 2 trees near our own weather center. Garbage and papers are all over the ground. Fortunately, I think we're going to be able to warn people in time, which is important. Okay, so that was this story about a hurricane. And it sounds to me like the important details in this by Michelle Sale, is that she's watching a storm develop into a hurricane so that she can warn people about it. Okay, so that's important to know. The big idea or the main idea is that she wants to warn people about a hurricane that's coming in Florida. So here, excuse me. Yeah, yes, here we have our two sheets for today. We're going to start with this one because this is one you've kind of seen before. The genre, is this fiction, nonfiction, or poetry? And what type? Remember it says right here what type it is, but is an observation log, is that like a nonfiction or a fiction or poetry type of story? Who's telling the story? Is she telling it, Michelle, in the first person? I saw a hurricane. We are noticing that a hurricane is coming. I hope that we're going to be able to warn people. Or is it in third person? It won't be in second person because most nonfiction isn't second person. Third person, she noticed that a hurricane was coming. She wanted to warn them, all the other people. Okay. What is unique about an observation log? That means what is different or special about an observation log? I said this in the video, so if you don't remember, you can go back and watch the video again. Characteristics of a hurricane. That means things we know about a hurricane that makes it a hurricane instead of just a rainstorm. Why do we call it a hurricane instead of a big storm? Where do they occur? What would you see, feel, and hear? You should be able to do these two because I gave you big hints in the story. This one, I don't know if you're going to be able to do number 5. If you want to skip number 5, skip it. But this one down here is important. I told you what the story is mostly about, the big idea. The big idea is she is watching a hurricane form and she wants to be able to warn people in time. So she has to watch it and see where it goes and how big it gets. So you could write here, she is watching a hurricane to warn people. What are 3 details from the story that show the main idea? What are 3 ways, 3 times in the story she said that what she was doing? And you can keep yourself on page, what is this, 266 if you don't really know. Okay. All right. That's all for today. I hope you all have um, a wonderful Thursday, and I will see you all tomorrow.